assigned group table. Are there students still in the room? No. Okay, great. So our students right now, our students have been working so hard on this day. I'm so excited to see all of you today. We're going to have a really, really lovely time. And it's a pretty cool thing where all of us are fanning out like throughout Oakland and the Bay Area and learning from our students and from community members and community leaders. So very cool to see you all here, very cool to be here.
Community work was with African student who from Oakland International, and that was to show to the teachers how we live in Africa, our communities in Africa, some African store and some African restaurant.
I was representing the community work of El Salvador, and that day we did like a class with the teachers, and we tell them about our country, we tell them about our religion, our culture, and everything.
I do community work with Salvadorians in my country, and I meet new friends there. Yeah, and I have fun with the teachers and the other students.
I did the Habesha groups, and what I did is I just representing and explaining my history, where I'm from, and the cultures, the religions, and the music, the dances, and then we teach some languages.
I'm from Afghanistan, and I think that community works are important for the teachers, because the community work I did, we talked about the famous food, the places, the war, when does it start, when it ended, and also the first important thing is that the girls in my country, they didn't get education, so it's really important for them to know that.
It is important to teach them so they can know our culture, the country where are we from, and the traditional thing that we do, and so they have knowledge that what do we do in our religion and what could they do to support us.
I think the community work is important to us is because it can help us to show our culture to our teachers. It can help the teachers to know more about us.
Community work helped me a lot with getting to know the students from the same school that I didn't really know where they're from. After we talked and then we shared the presentation with the community work, now I know more about them and where they're from, what language they speak.
So community walks are a long-standing tradition here at Oakland International High School, in which we invert the teacher-student relationship. The students become the teachers and the teachers become the students. So in lieu of regularly scheduled professional development day, a day in which normally students wouldn't come to school and teachers would spend the day in meetings and in trainings on how to become stronger teachers and to strengthen their practice, we implement community walks every fall. And the idea for us is that the way that we can become better teachers or better educators in service of our students and the families is to listen to and better understand our students and the context that they come from. And this is a day in which the students and families design these learning experiences for us, in which we get to hear about their backgrounds, and then we get guided on different field trips essentially to community organizations or community centers to learn more about the challenges of particular immigrant populations at our school and within Oakland, but also, and almost more importantly, the strengths and assets and resources of those communities. So we'll visit churches, or we'll visit mosques, or we'll visit a store where many of our students work, or we will visit a restaurant where some of our students work or that's been started by one of our students' families. We might visit a legal center, a legal aid organization, a district office explicitly supporting students from a particular region or country. So the way it works is that on the day of community walks, which is a full day, always on a Friday, all of the teachers and staff and community partners who are participating meet in the cafeteria while the students are getting ready and setting up their classrooms, making sure that they're ready to go. They have their Junows printed, they've got all their copies made, they have their PowerPoints all set up. And then the teachers sort of start with a framing of the day before they meet with the students all together. And then the teachers are divided into different groups. So one group will be doing a community walk that's focused on Guatemala. One group will be doing a community walk that's focused on Habesha students from Eritrea or Ethiopia. One group is focusing on China. So the teachers are divided up into separate groups, and then they divide up into the classroom. They spend about an hour with what we call a teach-in, where the students teach about an hour of class, and it's really cool to see them plan an interactive class, plan a class where they're really taking lessons from what they've seen done in class, like things that their teachers do that either they like or don't like, and they sort of replicate what they find really engaging, or kind of cast aside things that maybe hasn't been as successful in their own education. So the day begins with an hour class, and then the groups kind of fan off out into Oakland and start going on different field trips. And the day always culminates with a meal at the end, a shared meal, either at a community restaurant or most often at a family's home.
For me, the moment that I will cherish the most from the walk was when we were all together during lunch. So we went to a Mexican restaurant, and that was so special because it felt like we were a family. So there were different generations, and it's important to remember in schools that students are students, teachers are teachers, but we share more, and that was really, really beautiful.
I would love to do more of them. I would love to give the students more opportunities to take leadership of the classroom and to structure lessons on their own and giving them more voice, because I think that there is such a wealth of knowledge in every single classroom here on campus, and rarely do we really tap into it and let them shine. So I would love to see the students share more about everything that they know and everything that they're bringing to this table and this entire country.